y'all on a winning note, I'll tell you that. I thought the difference today was we came out and reestablished ourselves and our culture. Energetic, up the line, not allowing easy passes, wanted to get out and contest every single pass, every single shot, stay on the offensive boards, and just let our culture show. I think that was the thing. The other thing that we made an adjustment in the lineup, and I thought that was really good for us as well. Have some veterans out there, be able to move the basketball, get good shots, get good looks. The other thing we want to do is take care of the basketball. We've been coming off with slow starts and not taking care of the basketball early. Like Laila and a few other ones, I think Laila only had no turnovers this game. So again, we continue to get those kind of efforts from everybody on the floor. I think we had 10 as a team. So again, we want to be able to continue to capitalize off of that. You know, the other thing is when we apply pressure like that, and again, just disrupt people and make them. I think they only had what, 1 assist, or they ended up with 7. But in the first half, they only had 1. Just because we made them just one-on-one players, because we denied all the other avenues to be able to make a pass. And when we're playing with that kind of intensity and we're playing with that kind of togetherness and we were playing with that kind of energy, we're hard to beat. We're hard to beat. We know we had some heartbreaking losses, and a game like this gets your confidence back and gets you moving in the right direction, and I feel really good about us moving forward.
Laila, what was different, in your opinion, to get the win tonight?
I think we were definitely more dialed in as far as playing team ball. I think that was the main thing from us, learning from a lot of these losses that we just experienced. I think the main thing was us learning how to play together and execute together. So I think we did a great job of that today. Even though we missed some shots, we still were able to make the open passes, which is moving in the right direction. So I think that was the main thing, us playing team ball.
Coach, in a game like this, when you get toward the end and you get it where you wanted it, was it an attempt to get everybody on the floor that you were looking to see minutes moving forward, as you say?
Yeah, and you know the thing about that is it's just not to shovel them out. It's the people that earned it through practice. We always want to be able to reward that, and want to continue to be able to do that. But again, like we tell our starters and the ones that play heavy minutes, you have an obligation to be able to do what you're supposed to do throughout the game. So it allows us to have those opportunities for those other ones to play. Again, and they're working really hard to be able to do that right now. We're just trying to continue to figure things out, work hard, be like Laila said, just stay together as a team and continue to be dialed in and be able to go and move forward. Because again, we just didn't necessarily just want to try to score 100 points. We wanted to try to do the things that we've been practicing on, to try to work on execution, those kind of things, because we could have came down easy and just started jacking up shots and throwing around there. Everybody get a shot and those kind of things. But we want to stay with the things that's going to help us continue to evolve as a team and as a group, sharing the basketball, working on the execution, not having defensive breakdowns, having offensive movement, going to the boards, and then having that quick mentality after those scores to be able to find our man, even if we don't get steals or anything like that, but to make it hard each and every time an opponent takes the ball out.
For both of you, how does it feel to end losing streak?
It feels amazing. Like you said, to end the streak, when you dig that hole, it's so hard because you don't know when you're going to get out of it. So I think even with this win today, even though we did win by a lot, it's what we needed. And it's the momentum we needed just to keep going. No matter what the score may be, we won. So I think that's the great thing about it.
You know, one thing we talked about a lot, you know, during this whole streak thing was the faith, trust in the process. You know, last year, during the middle of the year, we lost 5 in a row. You know, we lost at Memphis, the score was tied with a minute and Tatiana was at the line. We lost at Temple and some other games like that. So again, we've been there before. It's basketball. It's going to happen. You know, the more you can control that and the more you can be able to stay in front of it, the better you can be. But again, trusting the process, keeping that faith, and understanding that things happen for a reason. You have to capitalize off of it. You know, so now we get back to work. We know what that feeling is like. You know, we tried to celebrate it all as well because we didn't have opportunity to celebrate all those good moments. So, you know, shots tonight, it was 73 to 43. again, you turned them over 32 times. You know, that puts us back where we want to be at, you know, to get those other opportunities. We shot well from the free throw line, 14 to 19, you know. We've been struggling for those things are starting to come around. 21 offensive rebounds, you know, it's starting to come. It's starting to come. And again, no matter who you play, that team, you know, played Virginia for a half really, really good. Up at Temple, it was an 8-point game with 2 minutes to go. So, again, you let them hang around, be able to do some things. They can have some players that can be able to do that. But, again, you have to keep teams out of rhythm. And for us, it's trapping and pressing and doing what we need to do and then playing the transition and being able to make great decisions. But it's trusting the process and continue to fight each and every time. Let that culture shine through.
Laila, talk about, you all didn't, just Coach just mentioned, didn't get into a situation where, okay, we're up about 20 points or whatever, and kids will do that, you know, just start jacking shots up, coming down and taking a lot of threes and all when you don't need to, and you all just stayed with it. You ran your offense. As an experienced leader on this squad, just talk about what you all thought, how y'all went through that on the floor.
That's a great question, actually, because I think the main reason why we didn't start doing that is because, like, we just experienced so many different lessons in these losses that we just played, that we played in. So we have to learn how to not, you know, do the same things over and over, and that wasn't working for us when we would start, like, playing individual ball and certain people getting out of character and not playing together. I think the main thing was for us this game, even though we knew we were the better team, is just even when we go up, we got to continue to stay disciplined. And I think us staying disciplined and staying consistent with what we know will work, not only with this team, but with the teams to come, I think that's the main reason why we stayed dialed in with what we had to do as far as executing team ball.
Coach, once again, experienced player is realizing, like, okay, I'm going to listen to what Coach has to say today in practice. You and your staff, when you all have your meetings before you talk to the team, is that one of the bases that you all look to go through as far as, okay, this is what we need to do today just for today, and we look at tomorrow as tomorrow?
Exactly. So in our scout meetings, we go through and watch the other team and see exactly where we can be able to attack them and their weaknesses, how we can capitalize off of those moments. Then we watch ourselves each and every time, even though we just watch the other team. We watch ourselves just because we want to have an opportunity to eliminate those bad plays. So again, we take it to the film session, whether we had heavy on the offensive end where we start to break down, go one-on-one, or on the defensive end where we start to have defensive breakdowns of not covering down, not contesting shots, not matching up in transition. And so we'll just show the team. So we pick out those plays that we need to do, whether it's a slow start at the beginning of the games, and we'll sit and we'll watch that quarter, you know, or we'll go right into the scout or other team and where they're strong at and their personnel and who we need to stop and not allowing them to get their average and, you know, those kind of things. So we just kind of evaluate it all from our point of view, and then we take it in with them. You know, the thing that they've been doing a really good job is to stand dialed in on the scouts. Understanding that what we do is not going to change. You know, just because a team want a heavy ball screen or just because a team want a high-low and ISO or those kind of things, defensively for us, it doesn't change. We're always going to deny the next pass. We're always going to pressure the ball. We're always going to be 3/4 to the front in the post. We're always going to have a heavy rotational ball screen, those kind of things, and we're always going to press. You know, so those things are not going to change. So that's why it allows us to get better and better and better with those different reps. Just because you're not putting in 5 and 6 different game plans from week to week to week to week. You know, this is not football. So again, that's the thing that we will always remind them of. You're going to get better because we're going to do it over and over and over like riding a bike. You're going to get really, really good at it.
Laila, talk about what Coach just mentioned, your scout team. How much of a effort do they not just bring against you all, but as far as, you know, we want your spot, we want your time?
Well, you know, our scout team is our boys practice players, so it's even harder, you know, playing against boys for scout. And I think just to add on to what Coach Hughey said as far as us being dialed in with the scouts, is that we know, like, if we execute it right now against these boy practice players, we'll be able to execute it against some girls. So I think it's been really great that we have been staying locked in as far as in that area of practice, because it's actually translating over to the games.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you,
Laila.
guys.
Thanks.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you, guys.
Cougs.
Let's go.